Yeah, if you see there's one new student nama dia Chu Hui San kan, that's my lovely wife lah. So I need to use her account supaya cikgu boleh nampak so I can see so I can record also lah. That's why I have to use her account in the Telegram group. Alright, now back to this question here. Kalau kita tengok question ni balik kan. You still remember how do I draw the graph? Masih ingat lagi ya? And then macam mana cikgu tekan calculator kan? Okay, try to recall, refresh. This is what you have learned last week. Macam mana tekan calculator. So now let us look at question number 7. So same thing. Question number 7 is also asking you to draw the graph. Okay, they also ask you to draw the graph. Did I ask you to do this question guys last week? Ada cikgu minta kamu buat soalan ni last week? Yes? No? Don't know? You can actually still chat in the Telegram group. Cikgu boleh tengok tu. I can see. If you want to chat in the Telegram group. Did I ask you to do question number 7 or I did not ask you to do? Kalau tidak, kita buat sama-sama lah. Oh, no, huh? Okay, cikgu tak minta kamu buat. It's okay. Then, question number 7, question number 8, okay, they're actually the same thing as question number 6. You are trying to draw the graph, alright? You akan cuba lukis graph dulu. So, I'm going to text Sherlyn, kan? Sherlyn is not here yet, right? So, I'm going to text her whether she can join or not. At the meantime, tolong buat dulu. Soalan nombor 7 dan soalan nombor 8. You can actually just refer to question number 6 and see how do you solve, how do you draw the graph. And then it's actually the same thing. Okay, benda yang lebih kurang sama saja. Just that the difference is in terms of the numbers lah. Nombor-nombor dia berlainan sikit lah. Okay, so try it out first. Cuba dulu soalan 7, soalan 8. Okay. Hello, Sherlyn. So far, cikgu belum masuk lagi apa-apa, Sherlyn. Cikgu cuma buat sedikit recall from last week. Okay, last week's lesson, okay, which is the binomial distribution formula. So, cikgu minta buat soalan nombor 7 dengan soalan nombor 8 sekarang. Okay, so if you have your book with you, look at question number 7 and question number 8. Okay, cuba buat sejak dulu. And then in 5 minutes time, I am going to discuss with you. Don't worry, kalau rasa-rasa tak dapat, tak apa, kita akan cuba buat sama-sama. Okay, and possibly if possible kan, you leave your answer in terms of your fraction lah. Untuk soalan nombor 7 leave your answer in terms of fraction. Okay. Question number 8, if you want to leave your answer in terms of decimal number, boleh. Sebab I think question number 8, jawapan dia dalam bentuk decimal. Okay, so kalau boleh dalam fraction, dalam fraction. Kalau tak dapat dalam decimal pun boleh lah. Decimal pun okay. Alright, so 5 minutes from now, I'll discuss with you. If you have any question, you can just type in the Telegram group. So I can see kalau ada soalan, kalau lupa kan macam mana mau start kan, you let me know lah. Amber， 你们考试考得怎样 ，Amber？
我们还没有开始，是明天才开始。
明天才开始。几时考 MX？
好像是拜四。
拜四哈。OK OK。
嗯。
如果你有问题要问的话，你可以 WhatsApp 老师，没有问题的，只是问罢了啊。
OK，谢谢老师。
OK. Alright, so the rest of you, for those who are having your exams next week, okay, so those SMK Riam next week kan, kalau you ada soalan mau tanya cikgu kan, time kamu buat revision, jangan tunggu sampai tuition class lah, tuition class hari Jumaat bah, hari Sunday kan, kamu orang akan tertinggal tu. So if you have any question, please straight away ask lah, tanya saja sebenarnya. Just ask me in the WhatsApp group kah, okay. Just ask me in the WhatsApp lah. You tanya cikgu dalam WhatsApp, I can actually explain to you. No worries. Make sure you really do your revision. This time is a very, how to say, not to say is a very valid punya exam, tapi dia mungkin akan menjadi markah bagi kamu punya trial. Okay, it may be considered as your trial paper punya result. And if let's say touch wood, kita punya sekolah tak buka sampai SPM, mungkin inilah yang menjadi trial SPM result kamu. Okay, who knows? To apply for university ke apakah. Okay, but yeah, harap-haraplah kita harap sekolah buka lah. Tapi the worst scenario lah I'm talking about. And ada sudah diwawarkan lah actually berkenaan dengan kamu orang punya vaccination. But dia belum lagi diumumkan lah di peringkat sekolah belum lagi ya. Tapi macam di peringkat PPD, they have talked about it already. Okay, so for you guys yang menduduki SPM next year. Amber 你18岁还是你17岁今年？
17。
哦，17哈，OK。Alright, so let us just let me just start a bit now. Okay, I give you a head start and make sure you got things correctly. Okay, so over here, question says 1/3 of the students in a school have blood group A. A sample of 4 students in a randomly selected, if X represents the number of students with blood group A, find the binomial distribution X and draw its graph. So in this case kan, this 1/3, 1/3 ni dia ada maksud tau. Anyone can tell me, apa maksud dia? 1/3 tu nilai apa? Nilai N kah? Nilai R kah? Nilai P kah? Nilai Q kah? What do you think? The value of probability of success kan? Very good, Angeline. So, probability of success, kamu bagi label dia sebagai P. Okay, so 1/3 is the P lah. Then Daniel, answer me. P is 1/3. Apa Q dia?
1Q is supposed to be the 1.
1 minus?
1 minus with over 3. Then we get the probability of failure.
Yeah, what's that? What's the value?
On 2/3.
Okay, very good. So supposedly your Q is 2/3. So P is 1/3, Q is 2/3. Okay. And then over here, a sample of 4 students is randomly selected. So it means that this 4 here is the number of trial, which is the value of N. So it means that your N is equals to 4. And then your R can be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that's what it means. So you punya R tu mungkin jadi 0, 1, 2, 3, ataupun 4. So in this case, because question doesn't give you anything, and the question just says that you are asked to find the binomial distribution of X and then draw its graph. So it means that you have to take into account everything lah. Jadi artinya kan kamu kena cari Px equals to 0, Px equals to 1, Px equals to 2, Px equals to 3, and Px equals to 4. I am sure I have already taught you how to use the calculator, right? So just try to refer to your question number 6 and tengok dapat ke tidak kamu guna calculator and kirakan apa nilai ni semua. If you got the answer already, kalau you dapat jawapan dia sudah, you can actually share with me what is the answer for Px equals to 0, Px equals to 1, Px equals to 2, Px equals to 3, and Px equals to 4. Okay? (16 over 81, 32 over 81, 8 over 27, 8 over 81, and 1 over 81. Oh, shit. Very good. Okay, everything is done. Perfectly. Yeah. So over here, I'll write the answer from Amber because it's actually the same thing over here. So you got 16 over 81, and then you have 32 over 81, and then you have 8 over 27. And then you have 8 over 81, and then the last one is you have 1 over 81. Now, one thing to be, to make sure you get a standardized value of probability, you see that all the denominators kan, semua yang bahagian bawah ni 81, 81, 81, 81. Ini bukan 81 kan. So you change that one to become 81. So it's easier for you to see actually, okay? So over here I can change this one, 8 over 27. I can change it to become 24 over 81. So I just change this one, 24 over 81. Okay, so I have that one, right? Okay. Why do I do that? Because later on when I want to, bila cikgu nak lukis cikgu punya graph kan, when I want to draw my graph, it's actually easier for me to see. Okay, it's easier for me to see which value is higher than another value lah. Maksudnya lebih senang untuk cikgu tengok lah siapa yang lebih besar nilai dia. Okay, right. Anyone that cannot cannot get this answer, you can let me know. No problem. Okay, don't be shy. Just tell me. Kalau you tak dapat, cikgu akan tunjukkan macam mana nak buat ni. Or you want to message me personal pun boleh kalau you rasa tak mau cakap dalam group. Okay, whoever that cannot do this answer, please let me know. Kalau semua dapat ni, that is very good. Kalau semua dapat nilai-nilai ni, then it's good. Mina dapat, Mina? Dapat, Ted? Okay, Debbie, okay, Debbie? Okay, alright, nice. Okay. Shalin, okay kah Shalin? Dapat kira Shalin? Dapat sudah?
No.
Oh, okay, so it's okay, no problem. Angeline? Bridget? Angeline dapat, Bridget dapat? Dapat. Okay, so now, let me just tell you what are we going to do here. So you see, since we have Px equals to R kan, formula dapat tadi NCR, lepas tu darab dengan P kuasa R, lepas tu Q kuasa N minus R kan. So, Shalin, you focus over here. Apa nilai N kamu, Shalin? Nilai N kamu 4 kan? So, we are gonna substitute as 4C. Now, nilai R kamu tengok, yang first thing is 0 kan? So, 4C0. Lepas tu darab dengan, apa nilai P kamu? P kamu is 1 over 3. And then kuasa dia kosong, okay? 1 over 3 to the power of 0. And then darab dengan 2 over 3 and then to the power of 4. Ini adalah jawapan dia 16 over 81. Inilah yang pertama ni. Okey kah? Shalin, kalau cikgu buat dalam formula ni, you okey kah? You boleh faham formula tu? Boleh Boleh ganti-ganti dalam formula tu? Boleh Lepas ganti-ganti, kamu akan cuba kira sendiri you dapat 16 over 81. Okay. Kalau you rasa yang formula yang guna calculator ni very difficult for you to remember kan, it's okay, no problem punya. You just calculate one by one lah, kira satu-satu lah, tak ada masalah punya juga. So just tukar-tukar nombor dia saja. When you have already done 16 over 81, tukarlah nombor dia. So pindahkan calculator kamu, tukar nombor kosong, tukar nombor ni. Then you should be able to get the second one lah. You akan dapat yang second one. Okay. So it's not that bad actually. Okay. So if you really can't remember the steps using your calculator, then you boleh tukar-tukar je nombor dia, and then you can press equal. You should get the second one, third one, fourth one, and the fifth one. Okay. Daniel, do you get the answer, Daniel?
Yes, I did.
Yes, Okay, good. So, lepas kamu dah dapat jawapan ni kan, okay, bila you dapat nilai Px equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 kan, kamu akan cuba buat dalam bentuk you punya graph. Okay, so everybody you can draw your graph over here. Okay. My graph is not so nice lah, okay, because tempat dia tak besar sangat kan. Okay, I'm gonna throw this one away so that I can have a bigger space for me to draw the graph. If you can, kalau you rasa tempat tu kecil sangat, you just use another piece of paper. Okay, you can use another piece of paper and then you can draw your graph. Okay, so over here, you have your x equals to r, alright? Okay, you can put that as r as well, tak ada masalah. Then you can have this is px equals to r. Okay, so over here you have 0, you have 1, you have 2, you have 3, and you have 4. You have 4, And then over here kan, ini adalah nombor yang kamu kena tahu lah. 1 over 81 seems to be like here lah. Let's say this is, I use a different color. So this is 1 over 81. Okay, sebab dia yang paling kecil kan. After 1 over 81, maybe you have 8 over 81. Okay, 8 over 81. Okay, probably going up. 16 over 81 macam skala dia 888 kan. So yeah, you can have that kind of a scale. Cuma dia logik sajalah, mesti yang kecil kat bawah, yang besar kat atas. So 24 over 81. And then the last one is 32 over 81. Okay, just assume that one lah. Lepas tu, just try and draw your graph. Just put a straight line. Okay, kosong. Nilai dia adalah 16/81. Okay, you can use your ruler or yeah, in this case I use freehand lah, tapi kamu guna ruler lah, okay? You use ruler. So the first one is 16/81, so I'm gonna have something over here. Yeah. And then I have 32/81, so I get something there. Okay. And then 24/81, 24, oh sorry. 24/81, somewhere here. Okay. And then I have my 8/81, so somewhere here. Okay, and then last one is 1/81, okay, down there. Alright, so there you go. Okay, itulah you punya binomial distribution graph. Okay, so I think you can finish off question number 8 yourself, no problem at all. That is very simple. Okay, cuba juga soalan nombor 8 tu, cuba. Soalan 7 tu dah siap, cuba tengok soalan nombor 8. Okay, another 5 minutes for you. Try it out first, question number 8. Later on kita akan tengok soalan-soalan yang dekat depan tu. Okay, just a bit question, just a few lah. I will choose 1 or 2 question only, right? Because yang depan-depan sekali tu memang tak ada pun akan keluar dalam exam kamu. So that's why it's not so, how to say, senang sangatlah soalan tu sebenarnya. Okay, so try out question number 8. You have anything to ask, you can ask. Kalau ada soalan mau tanya, tolong tanya. So Debbie, your school ada yang pakai Telegram chat kah, Debbie?
Ada.
Ada lah, okay lah. Bagus-bagus. So dia macam lebih simple kan, okay? Cikgu sendiri rasa lah. Amber 哈，哎，等一下。Amber，那个你的 graph 哦，其实如果是你要这样子画的话，你要 make sure that 你的那个每个点它会有一个号码，就是0点。Amber，我觉得不是，如果是你要这样子画的话，除非你的那个纸是用 graph paper 啦，如果你用 graph paper 的话，可以这样子画没有问题。所以那个 point 呢，我们会懂它是在哪一个 specific 的 probability。但是如果是这样子的话，我们很难要知道你的那个正是在哪里啦。我其实看你们的书里面，它有给这样的 example，它有给很像 给你们 scale 的 example 就是0.1、0.2、0.3 and so on 啊。但是我自己 personally 会觉得啦，我会觉得最好是用那个 probability 的 value 放在你的那个 y-axis 那边。
咦，怎么有这个的？我不要这个，我要玩这个的。
Yes.
That's my answer.
That's why. Jawab sebab cikgu reply cikgu reply Amber sekejap tadi. Kelab kita ni si faham juga bahasa Cina nak. So I just reply her sekejap lah. Okay, so Mina kita pun jawapan tadi kan 0.027, 0.189, 0.441 and 0.343. Very good. That is correct. Okay. No problem at all. Okay, that's correct. That is done. What method do you use, Mina? Do you use your calculator, tekan calculate ke ataupun kita tekan sesuatu? What do you think? What do you do?
Kira congak.
Kira congak. Okay lah, lepas tu cikgu berhentilah, simot lah, kejar dah. Okay. Okay, so okay, so you have 3C0 and then this one is 0.7 to the power of 0 and then you have 0.3 to the power of 3, right? So your answer is 0.027 kan, betul sih? Okay, and then later on, this one I just write it as px equals to 1. Jawapannya is equals to 0.189 and then you have px equals to 2. Sorry, px equals to 2. You have equals to 0.441. And then px equals to 3, you have 0.343. Okay, so once you have all this done, how many of you got the same answer, huh? How many of you got the same answer as Shamina? Siapa yang dapat jawapan sama dengan Mina? Kalau dapat, angkat tangan lah. Macam mana mau angkat tangan? Same ah? Okay, good. Alright. So, if that's the same, then baguslah ha. So, maksudnya you dah dapat kira semua nilai tu. And then you just left with drawing your graph saja. Okay, so tak ada masalah. So, over here, you have 0, 1, 2, 3 je. So, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then this one is your R. This one is your Px equals to R. That's your probability. Now, I would suggest you to use this value here. Okay, as the numbers on your y-axis. Okay. So when you put your number over here, you have 0.027, 0.027, that's the first number kan. Lepas tu you go up is 0.189, and then you go up, you get 0.343 kan. And then go up again, you have 0.441, okay. Now, you just try and do this now. So over here you have one straight line, okay. Lepas tu you ada straight line kedua, which is this one, and then you have straight line ketiga, which is this one. Mine is not so straight lah. You draw your straight one, straight line kamu. Okay, now I throw this away. Draw it again. Okay, let's say you have this is your line lah kan. Actually, what Amber asked just now was, okay, apa yang Amber tanya tadi adalah, boleh ke tidak kita buat macam ni? Okay, katakan kita tak nak letak nombor-nombor ni ya. Okay, kita letak, let's say we put 0.1 and then we put 0.2, 0.3. 0.4. Let's say if you want to do this kan, okay, make sure that when you are drawing this, you are using a graph paper lah. Kalau tidak kan, contohnya lah macam ni. Okay, cikgu agak-agak ni 0.027. Dekat bawah. Agak-agak. I cannot know for sure this is 0.027. I cannot know for sure actually. Okay. Unless kalau cikgu labelkan macam ni. Baru cikgu nampak yang titik tu adalah untuk 0.027. Okay, so but then kan in your how to say in your textbook dia dah bagi contoh yang menggunakan skala. They give you examples which are using the perfect scale. Maksudnya dia guna macam ni 0 sampai 1, 1 sampai 2, 2 sampai 3. They using the perfect scale. Tetapi kan kalau kamu perasan kan dia memang guna kertas graph. Let me just double check with you your textbook, okay? Just to make sure. Let me see kalau dia gunakan kertas graph, yes, dia akan gunakan bahagian how to say they will use your scale. If you have your textbook around, kalau you ada textbook kamu kan, kamu cuba tengok page 149, okay? I am going to take a photo and show you, right? Cikgu nak ambil foto and show kamu lah. Sekejap Okay, let's say this is your question, kan? Alright. So I want to show you actually, kan, what is actually, how to say, in your textbook, and cikgu cuma takut kan nanti kalaulah kamu betul-betul nak ikut textbook boleh, you can use the textbook punya idea. Cuma when you are doing this kan, you must make sure that you are having a graph paper actually, ya. You're having a graph paper, then baru boleh buat macam ni. Let me see, where is it? Ini kan, okay, cuba tengok. This is your question in your textbook kan, cuba tengok. Ini textbook kamu, right? Of course, you dapat you punya nilai ni, okay? Same thing as what I told you lah, memang sama, okay? So, you akan dapat nilai untuk X 0123, you dapat you punya probability 0.0527 and blah blah blah, so on. Lepas tu, kamu diminta untuk lukis graph kamu kan? So, this is your R-axis, this is your P-X equals to R, same thing as I told you. Cuma yang bezanya adalah, kamu nampak dia guna skala. You see 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Memang betul dia guna skala, tetapi kan kalau you perasan kan dia guna graph paper. Okay, they give you a graph paper over here. So now, if this is the value here, then kita nampak. Actually, yes, it is 0.05. Okay lah tu kan, I can know that this is 0.05. Something like that. Okay, I can know for sure if you are using a graph paper. Tapi kalau you tak guna graph paper, my suggestion is that kalau macam soalan yang kita buat tadi kan, okay, my suggestion is you just have to agak-agak lah nombor dia. Okay, so means that just do like what I did lah. So maksudnya tak perlu nak, how to say, you don't have to really use a scale, because now this is how it looks like kan. So susah kita nak buat scale. Okay, very difficult for us to put a scale there. Okay, so that's why basically if you ask me question yang macam mana baru nak guna scale kan, kalau soalan betul-betul dia kata plot, okay, so that's what I told you last week. Kalau kamu nampak soalan tu dia kata plot kan, plotting, then you have to use the proper scale. Okay, kalau tidak kan, soalan just minta kamu draw ataupun soalan just minta kamu sketch saja, so I think there is not really a need lah to use a proper scale, just that your scale must be, how to say, dia mesti logic lah, maksudnya nombor yang kecil tu dekat bawah lah, nombor atas tu lebih besar lah. Alright, hopefully you can understand that one lah. 0.027, 0.189, 343, 0.441, okay, like that. Alright, so are you done with this one? You have any problem so far untuk graph kamu ni? Aduh. Penat-penat buat tak ada. Yes, any problem so far you wanna ask? Siapa jawab tadi? Mina kah? Yes, Daniel, yes.
Kalau contoh dalam exam kan, kalau contoh semikan berapa dia akan beri markah?
Berapa markah untuk binomial distribution? Okay, if in your exam kan, this question here is going to be around 5 marks lah. Okay, dia akan lebih kurang 5 markah. Okay, tetapi kan, I tell you frankly lah, sebelum ini in your exam for KBSN punya format kan, lukisan graf memang tak pernah keluar langsung pun. Okay, lukisan graf tak pernah keluar langsung. So if you ask me whether to worry or not about the graph kan, I would say that not so much lah. So one thing that I can tell you for sure in exam kan, sekejap cikgu tulis ni balik dulu. 0.34343, 0.441. Okay, one thing that I can tell you for sure in exam is that kalau kamu diberi soalan yang binomial distribution, kamu akan diberi graf tu. Kamu kena pandai baca graf ni. Let's say you have this graph. This is Px equals to R. Okay, katakan you ada point here, point here, point here, and point here. Example lah, contoh saja. Okay, so now I am going to tell you this is P. I am going to tell you this is 0.2. Example lah, contoh. Okay, 0.2. So, find P. Anyone want to try? Ini contoh yang sangat senang saja. Cari P. Ini yang kamu akan jumpa dalam exam. This is what they have in exam for KBSM punya syllabus. So, KSSM, I cannot know for sure. Tapi kalau kamu tanya cikgu, agak-agak berapa markah untuk binomial, is around 5 marks. Sebab dalam soalan tu kan, dia akan ada binomial, and dia gabung dengan normal, which is the next subtopic, okay? So, kita boleh gabungkan dua-dua tu jadi 10 markah. It's a long question actually. Dia akan jadi satu soalan yang panjang. Cuma dia ada pecahan lah, A, B, C macam tu. Okay, so question this one. Anyone want to have a rough guess? Apa jawapan P? Oh? Anybody want to have a rough guess?
1.4.
0.4. How do you know it's 0.4 lah? Kenapa kita rasanya 0.4? Why do you think it's 0.4? Sebabnya macam separuh macam tu ah. Skalanya 0.2 tambah 0.2 lah 0.4. Is that what you're thinking? Actually no, it's not 0.4. Anyone want to try? Tapi dia dekat dengan 0.4 lah. Dia dekat dengan 0.4. Cristiano, what do you think is the answer? Amber? What do you think?
我找这，
哦，
查一下。
Okay. Yeah, make sure is standard lah. 0, 1, 2, 3 lah. Example lah. 0, 1, 2, 3. Maybe. Nobody wants to try? Okay, I give you a tips. You tengok apa sebenarnya binomial distribution graph ni? Semua nilai ni kan, kalau kita tambah, berapa dia? Berapa tu kalau kita tambah semua tu? What is it equals to? Yes, it is equals to? Ya, Mina. Sesit dengar, Mina. Everything kalau ditambah, dia akan jadi sama dengan 1. Very good. It's equals to 1. Okay. Kalau you tak percaya kan, cuba tambahlah nilai ni. This one. Aduh, dari tadi kan. Dari tadi macam ni. Wait lah. Apa dah kena dengan iPad cikgu ni? Okay, wait. Okay, so anyone answer already? Px equals to 2 is equals to 0.3. Okay, so maksudnya kan di sini kan, I know that all the values kan, kalau you tambah semua ni, if you add all this up, you should be able to get 1 kan. Semua nilai tu sama dengan 1. The one that I gave you just now, right? The one that I gave you just now is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 kan. You ada 4 ni, okay? Just assume that these are the same length lah. Ini sama ni. Ini cikgu kata dia P. Bawah ini adalah 0.2. So that's what I have just now kan, okay? So sekarang 0, 1, 2, 3 kan. The thing is that kalau cikgu minta kamu cari apa nilai P kamu kan, you have to understand that nilai yang ini tambah dengan nilai atas, tambah dengan nilai atas, tambah dengan nilai ini sama dengan 1. So assume that you have 0.2 tambah dengan P, tambah dengan P, tambah dengan 0.2 is equals to 1 lah kan. Semua nilai-nilai tu kalau you tambah sama dengan 1. So therefore 2P is equals to 0.6. So therefore P is equals to 0.3. Is that okay? So that is the answer supposedly 0.3. Semua faham ke tidak? Boleh ikut? Kalau boleh ikut, respon sekejap. Boleh ya? Okay ya, faham ah? So it means that you have to understand in binomial distribution graph, semua nilai-nilai yang terpacak tu kan, semua tiang-tiang tu kalau ditambah sama dengan 1. Okay? Semua tiang tu kalau ditambah semua tu jumlah dia 1. So that is one thing that you have to understand in this particular binomial distribution graph. Graf ini dalam exam kalau ikutkan SPM KBSM, peringkat yang KBSM, these are the one that they ask lah. Soalan macam ni lah dia tanya. Macam senang kan? Okay? So this is something that you might want to know lah how to solve. Tapi kalau tanya cikgu, mungkin ke tidak dia minta kamu lukis? Cikgu rasa mungkin jugalah because KSSM kan something new kan. So probably they ask you to draw also ataupun they ask you to sketch also. But who knows lah? Tapi tak susah juga lah, nak lukis pun tak susah juga. Okay, so now let us look at a few question from the beginning. Okay, so look at 5.1. 5.1 question number 1. Alright, this is talking about random variable. Okay, actually I am telling you lah, I'll just do a few questions over here so that adalah benda-benda yang mungkin cikgu termiss semasa cikgu cerita lah sebelum ini ya. Okay, when I give you some examples, hari hujan, hari tak hujan, mungkin ada yang termiss lah. Jadi kita tengok apakah beza random variable over here. Random variable we have two types. Okay, kamu ada dua jenis. Satu adalah kita panggil sebagai discrete. Satu lagi kita panggil sebagai continuous. Do you still remember that? Okay, this one I have mentioned to you. Random variable ada dua jenis. Satu kita panggil sebagai discrete. Another one is what we call as the continuous random variable. Alright? Discrete adalah nombor-nombor yang integers. 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are discrete numbers. Okay? That's why dalam binomial distribution graph, kamu punya graph tu funny because it's just tiang-tiang yang terpacak saja. Okay? You do not have connection between the points. You only have a straight line that coming down from that point. Okay, so that's why it is considered as the discrete random variable. Continuous random variable are numbers which are in a range. Contohnya nilai X kamu berada di antara 10 dengan 20. So ini adalah you punya range. When we have range, means that your value of X is equals to 10.5. Boleh jadi 10.5, boleh jadi 11.2. It can be anything as long as is in between the range of 10 until 20. Okay, so itulah bentuk continuous, right? If you look at question number 1, okay, let me see. I'll look at question 1, 3 because ada sedikit perbezaan. Question number 1. A 50-cent coin is tossed 5 times. Sekali lagi kan, coin kan? So coin is a very cliche example. Okay, tossed 5 times. X is a random variable representing the number of times getting a number. Okay. In your actually it's not so good lah when it says getting a number lah. Sebenarnya the direct translation should be getting a head or getting a tail. Okay. Sekejap ini sepatutnya lah dalam you punya English kan, we don't really, when you have coin kan, bila kita cerita pasal coin ni, dia cuma ada dua muka saja, satu head, satu tail. Itu yang dalam istilah probability English lah, okay? So maybe the number is not so good lah. Kita kata dia dapat head lah. Kita kata dia dapat head lah, okay? Getting a head. So now, what is the possible value of X? Dia dibuang sebanyak 5 kali. Berapa kali dia akan dapat head? Okay, how many times dia akan dapat angka? Okay, so over here, maybe your X can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that is the value of your X ataupun nilai R kamu. Okay, it's the same thing as the R. Okay, the sum number of successful trial. Nilai X ni pun boleh juga macam tu. Kita boleh katakan dia adalah successful trial, maybe 0, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. So inilah yang kita panggil sebagai random variable. So this one is called the random variable. Okay. Hopefully you can understand that one. Question number 1, okay boleh terima? Can you understand? It is just writing down all the possible outcomes saja. Okay, writing down all the possible outcomes macam yang kita belajar last class lah. Tapi of course dalam exam tu lah cikgu kata tak mungkin dia keluar salah macam ni kan, tak? Okay, then the question number 3. Okay, look at question number 3. Question number 2 is the same thing as question number 1. Look at question number 3. The mass of X produced in a breeding center is between 30 and 50. If X represents the mass of an egg, describe all possible values of X using the set notation. So over here, using a set notation, you might want to say that this is the value of X, and then X is in between 30 and 50. Okay? Kalau kamu tengok kan, mass ini, mass of the X kan, mass of the X ataupun jisim telur kamu kan, jisim telur kamu ni boleh juga jadi 30.3, 40.1, you can have 49.7, something like that kan. So it means that it must be in the continuous numbers. Dia tak boleh jadi discrete. So that's when you have, it is in between 30 and 50. That's how we write it lah. Itu dalam bentuk range. This is also considered as random variable, tetapi ini jenis yang continuous. Okay, continuous random variable. Yang atas ni discrete. Atas tu kira discrete. Okay, right. So next, let us look at one example. Let's say I will say example number 6 lah. Cikgu ambil example number 6. Okay, example number 6. Okay, example number 6 lah. Right. Over here, question says that a fair dice is tossed twice. A fair dice is tossed twice. Faham maksud dia? Dia dibaling 2 kali. Okay, dadu tu dibaling 2 kali. And then if X represents the number of times getting 3. Okay, ini macam yang cikgu ada pernah cerita lah. X represent the number of times getting 3. Okay, and then this one represents the probability of each of the following x, value of x. Construct the table and draw a graph of probability distribution of the discrete random variable. Okay, now over here. You are throwing your dice 2 kali. Kamu baling dadu kamu 2 kali. Kalau kamu masih ingat kan, cikgu buat tak ada cikgu buat ni. This is called a tree diagram. Okay, I'm going to show you by using a tree diagram. This is in your probability kan, tree diagram kamu. Okay, let's say if you have a tree diagram over here. Kali pertama, this is the first trial. Ini first trial. Okay, lepas tu kali kedua. Example lah. Kali kedua. This is called the second trial. Okay. Normally in probability kita boleh guna tree diagram ni. Siapa pernah tengok tree diagram ya? Have you ever seen tree diagram before? Pernah lah, ha. So now, let's say ya. Pernah lah, ha. Yes, ha. It's over here. First trial, maybe you dapat nombor 3. Maybe you tak dapat nombor 3, so I put as a prime. Cikgu letak prime, okay. Tak dapat nombor 3 tu cikgu letak prime. Lepas tu, atas tu, lepas yang first kali tu kan, kali kedua, mungkin dapat 3 balik kan? Mungkin kan? Mungkin dapat 3, mungkin tak dapat 3. Mungkin dapat 3 juga, mungkin tak dapat 3. So, ini adalah you punya tree diagram that you can see. What is the probability of success in getting a tree? Daniel, apa probability of success dia?
Get 3.
Ya, to get 3. Apa probability dia?
Well, my brain trying to figure out.
Oh, okay. What is the probability to get a number 3? Kalau you buang dadu tu.
Why my brain is quite lost right now?
Okay, tak apa. Cuba kamu ya.
Sorry, sir.
Tak apa. Okay. How many number 3 dekat dadu tu, Daniel?
Number 3?
Berapa nombor 3 dalam dadu tu?
One only.
One only kan? One only, okay. How many numbers dalam dadu tu?
One only, yes, one only.
Ya, berapa nombor dalam dadu tu, Daniel?
One.
Eh?
One digit only.
Tidak, maksudnya tu berapa muka dadu kamu? Berapa nombor yang kamu dapat dalam dadu tu? How many numbers do you see on the dice?
6 pairs.
6 kan? Okay. So, kalau dah dapatkan 3 tu, what is the probability?
6.
Probability is 1/6. Okay kan?
1/6.
1/6. Sebab nak dapatkan 3 kan, cuma ada satu muka 3 saja. Tapi yang lain tu bukan muka 3 kan. So, over here, you only have one muka 3 out of the 6. Out of 6 faces, you only have 1 which is 3. So, that's why your probability is 1/6. Is that okay? Boleh tak?
Okay.
Okay. It's okay, no problem. Okay, kalau tak dapat, it's okay. Just let me know. Cikgu akan share dengan kamu balik macam mana dapat dan jawapan dia. So, next. Yang tak dapat 3, apa pula? So, success is 1/6. What about the failure? Again, Daniel, tell me what's the failure. Apa dia punya failure?
5/6.
Okay, you got 5/6. Now, is this still 1/6 over here and 5/6? Is that correct or not? Masih lagi betul? 1/6, 5/6?
Yes.
Yes, so over here sama juga 1/6, 5/6. So now, kamu punya kesimpulan ataupun your outcome would be number 3 and number 3. Or number 3 and not number 3. Or not number 3 and number 3. Or dua-dua tu bukan 3. So this is your outcome kan? Jadi maksudnya sekarang soalan tanya kamu, apakah X represent the number of times getting 3. Okay, so if you read this carefully, X represent the number of times getting 3. So sebenarnya kan, mungkin you punya X tu nilai dia adalah kosong. Mungkin dua-dua tu bukan 3 kan. Macam ni lah, kan dua-dua ni bukan 3. So maybe dua-dua tu bukan 3. So X equals to 0. Maybe X equals to 1. Maybe X equals to 2 kan. Dua-dua tu adalah 3. So this is the value for X. The number of possible outcomes. Mungkin kosong. Mungkin 1, mungkin 2. Okay? So that's the idea over here. So if let's say I want to find Px equals to 0. Agak-agak kamu apa probability dia? Apa nilai probability dia? Px equals to 0. What do you think? Px equals to 0 is 25/36. Correct or not? Semua cuba fikir. Betul ke tidak? Px equals to 0 sama dengan 25/30. Is it correct? Betul lah? Okay ya. Kenapa dia 25/30? Sebab 5/6 darab dengan 5/6. This one is from what I told you in the previous lesson lah. Last week punya kelas kan. Okay. kita cerita dia macam ni. So that's why cikgu kata kan, ini boleh guna, cara ni boleh guna. Tapi maybe how to say, the binomial distribution akan tolong kamu kalau dia punya bilangan kali tu banyak kan. So ini cuma ada 2 kali saja. So you can use this idea to solve your answer, right? What about if you have px equals to 1? Okay, Amber, tell me, what do you think? Px equals to 1. What do you think is the answer? Px equals to 1.
老师你叫我哈。
是，老师叫你对。px 等于1是什么呢？你觉得？The rest of you think first cikgu akan panggil nama kamu ni. Px equals to 0 is 25 over 36. Px equals to 1. Means that you have 1 time is number 3. 1 time number 3.
有2次不是？
有2个对。所以你有3，你有这边等一下。你有上面的跟这边对啊。所以你加起来你觉得会拿到什么
10。
？Yes. Siapa ni? Oh, Sherlyn. Ya.
Why my screen is blur?
Your screen is blur. Yang screen lain-lain tu blur kah? The rest of you blur ke tidak?
Maybe my line
Your line.
Yeah.
Daniel.
SS.
Ya kah? Very blur kah? Macam mana what are you using? Kamu guna apa dekat rumah? Unify kah? Do you use Unify?
Sometimes slow so.
Kamu guna Unify lah. Unify kah dekat tamu toko?
Yeah.
Unify tak patut kan? Unify is quite fast, right? Cikgu guna DG je. I just use DG broadband je ni. Macam mana? I did record lah, okay? Yang kamu sekarang tak nampak langsung lah, Sherlyn. You cannot see at all, kan?
Sometimes I can see, then sometimes blur.
Sometimes can
I
see,
don't know
sometimes
why.
blur. I see.
Even cell phone voice also stuck sometimes.
Ya kah? Aduh, kesiannya. But then I did record lah. Do you know what I'm talking about now kah? Apa yang cikgu cakap sekarang? Kamu faham kah? Tak dapat.
不是，
Yes, Amber.
答案是 5，怎么念呢？5 over 18是
5 over 18哈。OK， 好，5 over 18可以，没有错，5 over 18对，OK，5 over 18Alright, good. Now the last one, px equals to 2. I want to call up, let me see siapa. Angeline lah. Lama dah tak panggil. Px equals to 2, what's that? Angeline, are you still there? Yeah. What do you think? What's the answer? Px equals to 2. Maksudnya ada 3 tu kan? 3 dapat 2 kali. This one. The one on top. This one. 3 dapat 2 kali. So, apa jawapan kamu?
1 over 36.
Very good. Okay, 1 over 36, 5 over 18, and 25 over 36. Those are the values that you have lah kan? Betul tak? Tapi kan sebenarnya kan, kalau you rasa-rasa kan kamu nak guna binomial distribution punya formula, boleh tak? Boleh juga kan? Okay? Let's say if you don't want to use this one anymore kan? That's why I said to you, okay? Ini adalah contoh yang awal lah. Means that I talk to you about this before we move on into binomial distribution punya formula. Kalau kamu dah biasa dengan yang NCR, P to the power of R, Q to the power of N minus 1, supposedly kalau you tak ingat pun cara-cara yang lain kan, you don't remember the other methods like this, ataupun yang tree diagram kah, you don't really understand that one, tak ingat dah, tak apa, you boleh guna binomial distribution punya formula. Okay, and you get the same thing, okay? Next, the question asks you to draw the graph, right? Draw a graph of probability distribution. So, it's actually just drawing the graph of your binomial distribution. Sama sahaja. Okay, so that's why we learn binomial distribution graph terus. Kita belajar yang tu terus That's why we learn that one straight away, right? Okay. I think we stop at this part. Okay, question number 6. Question number 7, question number 8, you can try out yourself. Alright, kalau you nak cuba, you boleh cuba sendiri. Okay, and then let us look into the next part of this binomial distribution graph. This is something new. Of course, not for those yang dah belajar dekat sekolah lah. Okay, so untuk yang soalan nombor 9 dengan soalan nombor 10, this is something quite new because I have not mentioned that one anything last week cikgu tak cerita lagi untuk yang ni soalan yang 9 sampai soalan yang 14. Okay, now listen. You have 2 more formulas that you have to know how to use. Not 2 lah, 3 more actually. Ada 3 lagi formula yang kamu akan jumpa lepas ni. Satu adalah kita panggil sebagai mean. Okay, the value for mean. Mean, kalau you nak tanya cikgu, adakah dia sama macam yang kita belajar dalam statistik kan? Mean tu, hasil tambah semua lepas bahagi tu. Actually, in this particular method kan, in this particular binomial distribution, this means the same thing sebenarnya. Dia maksudnya lebih kurang sama juga. Tetapi dia punya formula tidaklah dia bagi kamu semua data. Okay? Dia akan minta kamu guna formula macam ni saja. So, mean, we will give it the symbol as mu. Ini simbol dia. Ini cara sebutan dia. Mu. Okay, sebutan dia mu. Okay. So, itu adalah you punya simbol untuk mean. And then this mean here, formula kamu senang sahaja, which is the number of trial multiplied by the probability of successful trial. Itulah nilai mean kamu. Okay? So, this is something that is new to you and please make sure you jot it down. Alright? So, untuk cari nilai mean. Untuk cari nilai variance, okay, you see ya. Cikgu akan buat untuk tiga-tiga ni. Satu mean, lepas tu variance and standard deviation. Okay? So, kalau nak cari variance, of course, kalau you masih ingat kan dalam you punya modern maths kan, your variance punyalah besar dia punya formula kan. But actually kan, in your binomial distribution, dia punya formula tidaklah guna yang tu because the one that you learn last year or the one that you learn this year on the group data and ungroup data, itu cuma kalau kamu diberi semua data. Dalam ini, kita cuma nak tengok dalam bentuk, dalam konteks probability sahaja. So over here, variance is actually given as symbol sigma square. Okay, cara baca dia sigma square. Sigma square is N times P times Q. Okay, so maksudnya nilai yang kamu punya total number of trial multiply with the probability of success and you multiply with the probability of failure. Okay, so itu adalah you punya formula untuk cari variance. And the last one is the standard deviation. Standard deviation just a square root of the NPQ lah. Okay, NPQ dalam bentuk square root saja. These are the 3 very, very easy formula for you to use dalam soalan yang berkenaan dengan binomial distribution. Do you agree with me? Senang saja formula tu kan? Betul tak? Betul. Yes. Okay, alright. So over here, if you look at the question, cuba tengok soalan ni. A fair dice is tossed 6 times. Okay, 6 times. Bagi tahu juga apa maksud 6 tu? 6 is equals to what? What's the value? P kah? Q kah? N kah? What do you think? Mu kah? 6 maksudnya? And very good. Okay, read the question and most likely you akan dapat dah. Oh, nilai 6 tu adalah N lah. N is equals to 6. And then if 2 or 4 is obtained in each toss, the trial is considered as a success. Kalau dia dapat 2 ataupun 4, dia punya trial tu adalah success. Yes, Mina, very good. Catch up sangat laju ni, sangat laju catch up sudah. So, means that dalam satu dadu dia ada 6 kan, dia ada 6 probability kan, ada 6 possible outcomes, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Tapi kalau dapat 2 dengan 4 tu, maksudnya dia success dah. So, means that P is 2 over 6. 2 daripada muka dadu tu adalah successful. Okay, 2 daripada muka dadu adalah successful ataupun macam Mina bagi tahu 1 over 3 because I just try and simplify saja. So dapatlah 1 over 3. Dapat terima tak? So dapat P is 1 over 3, then I think supposedly you dapat Q dah. Apa nilai Q kamu? Nilai Q kamu supposedly 2 over 3. Okay, siapa yang tak dapat faham ni 1 over 3 ni? Tell me, raise up your hand. Sebab mungkin dia tak senang sangat nak ikut kan? Siapa yang dapat faham? Raise up your hand. Siapa yang dapat ikut? Raise up your hand. Okay, good. Kalau dapat bagus what about the rest? Debbie, okay? Debbie, okay Alright Okay, kalau dapat bagus. Okay, so now when you have done it, kalau dah dapat dah, kita masuk dalam jawapan dia lah. Terus cari mean. Cristiano, this is something very easy lah, piece of cake for you lah. Okay, so over here, mean macam mana? Mean is equals to n times p. Your n is 6, your p is 1/3. So your answer is equals to 2. That's it. Okay, senang saja. Lepas tu soalan variance, okay, so you have NPQ, so masukkan n kamu 6, darab dengan 1/3, darab dengan 2/3. Then you should get 4/3. Okay, that's it. Okay, you get 4/3. Selesai. Lepas tu your standard deviation, you cuma perlu square root 4/3 lah. Yeah, square root of 4/3, 1.15, and settle. Okay, so that's your answer for question number 9. Right? It doesn't look that bad lah. Tetapi kalau kamu dapat soalan yang macam soalan 10 ni, okay, kemungkinan besar you akan garu kepala sikit lah. So, means that you are still using the same formula. Cuma you have to really understand apa maksud dia punya soalan tu, and then apa maksud setiap satu nilai yang dia bagi. Okay? Alright, so you see if you look here, if you look at the question, I'm just go through with you. Cikgu akan go through dengan kamu satu persatu. Don't worry. Sherlyn, can you still see my screen? Masih lagi jelas ke ataupun blur? Jelas Jelas Okay. So question number 10. In a company, the probability that an employee will arrive late is P. Okay, and n employees are randomly selected from the employees in the company if the mean of the number of employees arrive late is 45. Okay, apa benda 45 ni? Value of P kah? Value of N kah? Very good. This is the mean kan? Mean 45 means NP equals to 45. Very good, Mina. Okay, so NP sama dengan 45. Boleh terima tu sebab soalan cakap mean kan, mean is 45. So means that mean sama dengan NP. Therefore NP sama dengan 45. And then the standard deviation is 6. Standard deviation is the square root of NPQ. This is equals to 6. Boleh ke tidak? So far dapat ikut kah? Kalau tidak dapat, cikgu ulang sekali lagi. Can follow? If you can follow, give me a like. Good, thumbs up. Okay, Alright, good. Alright. Okay. Kalau bagus kan? Kalau okay, kita akan teruskan. Kalau tak okay, bagi tahu jangan malu Okay, you cannot follow, let me know, right? Because I know this is something that is new to you. Of course bagi siapa yang dah belajar dekat sekolah, maybe you have seen this before lah. Tapi kalau rasa-rasa tak okay, bagi tahu okay? Now over here. How are we going to get the value of P and N? Macam mana dapatkan nilai P dan N ni? Okay, first of all, you have to see it this way You kena tengok dia yang bentuk NP ni dekat sini. You have to see it that way, okay? So your NP is equal to 45. So I can just substitute here 45. So square root of 45 Q equals to 6. Oh, like that. And senang tak? Nampak boleh cari Q sudah kan? So means your square root, throw it here. Buang dekat situ. So over here 45Q stay kat bawah. 6 square dapat 36. So Q is 36 over 45. Like that. Of course 36 over 45. Tolonglah simplify So dapat 4 over 5. So there you go, that's your Q. Tapi soalan tak minta Q kan? Soalan minta P dengan N. Jadi senanglah So Q kamu 45. Apa P? P is 1 over 5. So kalau P is 1 over 5, apalah N kamu kan? N times 1 over 5 equals to 45. So pindahkan 5 sebelah. 45 times 5. So N is equals to 225. And that's it. Okay, so nilai N dengan nilai P. Is that so far okay with you guys? You dapat terima kah? Ataupun cikgu laju sangat? Am I going too fast?
Sir,
Yes.
how can P equals to 1 over 5 times P?
Okay.
I cannot catch up that part.
Alright, boleh. No problem. Okay, you see You have to remember one formula, Daniel. P tambah dengan Q sama dengan? Apa P tambah dengan Q? P tambah dengan Q sama dengan 1. Okay? Dua-dua nilai tu kalau ditambah dapat 1. Okay kak? Boleh tak? So over here, P plus 4 over 5. You get 1. So 1 minus 4 over 5, dapat 1 over 5. Okay? Pindahkan. Alright, now this is one way of you
Okay.
understanding. Satu lagi cara, tengok ah. Dia macam ni sebenarnya. Kalau lah you punya apa ni? Kalau let's say we have success and failure kan. Let's say satu sukses, satu mesti fail lah. Okay, kalau satu pass, satu mesti fail. Okay, kalau pass kamu P, your fail mesti Q. Okay, let's say contohnya, kalau P kamu 2/3, apa Q kamu? Senang saja. Ambil 3 ni, tolak 2, dapat 1/3. Boleh tak? Sebab jumlah kamu ada 3, so kamu tolak dengan 2 tu dapat 1. So that's why you get 1/3. You understand my meaning? Daniel? Am I going?
Yes.
Not really. Okay, so tengok ah. Okay, I use this idea. Okay, jap. If let's say P is 2/3, apa nilai Q kamu kan? Yes. Siapa yang cakap tadi? Daniel.
1/3.
Okay, now how do I know it's 1/3? Let's say cikgu buat satu kotak ni. Okay, see P 2/3, PP. So Q tu berapa? 1 je lah. Lah dia boleh 1/3. Sebab P sudah 2 kan?
Yes.
So apa yang 3? 1/3. So that's your Q. Alright, right? If I give you something else, let's say, if I say your P kamu adalah 4/7. Apa Q kamu?
3/7.
Just like that, 3/7. Okay, one more. If your Q, kalau cikgu bagi Q kamu, Q is 1/6. Apa P?
7/6.
7/6 tidak. Okay, tengok.
Perfect.
Teng. Satu ni adalah Q. So, berapa the rest? 5/6 lah, ha? Okay tak?
Okay.
Sebab P dengan Q bila ditambah, dia dapat full. Dia dapat full, dia dapat satu benda yang penuh, iaitu 1 lah. So, if this is Q, then this is P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ada 5 P tu. So, that's why it's 5/6 for your P. Is that good? Kamu cuba ingat,
Yes.
dua-dua ni, kalau kamu tambah, cuba tengok. 5/6 tambah 1/6 dapat 1 kan? Because 5 plus 1 is 6.
Yes.
6/6 is equal to 1. Okay, Boleh, Okay, can I give you one more? Let's say, if I say that, cikgu bagi dalam perpuluhan. Let's say, if I give you in terms of a decimal number. If my Q is 0.2, what's my P?
0.8.
0.8. Boleh terima? Boleh, Okay, one more.
Yes.
One last one. Okay.
Yes.
0.15. What is your Q?
0.85.
Okay, so that's it. Itulah nilai P dan nilai Q kamu. Dapat faham? Okay, Tak ada masalah?
Okay.
Okay,
Understand.
Alright.
Okay,
Okay.
understand.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Anything you ada soalan kan, please ask jangan malu okay? That's why you come to tuition, okay? Tanya saja. Kalau tak faham, tanya. Tanya sampai you faham sebenarnya, okay? Dulu my mom always say mak cikgu selalu cakap lah. Pergi sekolah tu, tanya cikgu tu, tanya sampai kamu faham, dia cakap kan. Jangan biar cikgu tu lari lah apa kan. Tanya dia sampai faham, okay? You guys pun do the same thing lah. Alright, please do the same thing. I like people who really ask question lah. Siapa yang tanya soalan, I like them So tanyalah soalan, okay? Debbie, okay Debbie? Okay alright. Okay, done with that one So selesai sudah. This is question number 10. Do you want to try out question number 11 and question number 12? Okay, try out question 11 and question 12. Soalan yang agak susah, okay, advanced and also hot question 11 and 12. We try this out first before we move on to the next subtopic, which is normal distribution. Question number 11. Question 11A is something that you have to use your binomial distribution punya formula. Question B is the one that you just learned just now, mean, variance, and standard deviation. Okay. Question 12 is a bit kebat. Soalan 12 sangat kebat. You can think of it first, okay? Because to me it's considered kebat lah. Soalan 12 tu kebat Tapi kalau dapat jawapan tu, you can let me know lah your answer. Cristiano, are you okay, Cristiano? okay. Alright. Okay, try out first question number 11 and question number 12. I give you maybe around 5 minutes lah. Soalan yang 11 tu, 5 minit lah. So I'll come back to you at 8:17. Okay, I go for a drink first. You try out on your own. Okay, do you guys got the answer already? Ada yang dapat jawapan dah? What is the value for probability for the 11A? Anyone?
0.0 7.
0.0776 kan? Betul tak?
Oh ya, benar kan.
0.07776 kan? Okay, jawapan kamu 0.07776. Okay, for Mina, because you said 0.08 kan, I would suggest you to have more decimal number at the back. Okay, Mina? Kalau jawapan kamu, kalau let's say kan, this one kan, try to have, kalaulah jawapan kamu 0.07776, Cristiano, that's correct, okay? If let's say kan, your answer is like this, 0. Let's say cikgu bagi contoh je, 0.77776, example lah macam ni kan, let's say this is your answer, you can have 4 decimal at the back, okay? You boleh ambil 4 decimal number at the back, which is 0.7778. Okay, so itu adalah jawapan kamu dalam at maths. Normally kita tak ambil 2 tempat di belakang dah. Okay ya. In maths, yes. Dalam modern maths kita ambil 2 tempat di belakang dah. Modern maths kita ambil 2 tempat. Tapi kalau in at maths kita tak ambil 2 tempat lah. Kita ambil lebih daripada 2 tempat iaitu 4 lah. Ataupun lebih. Okay, 4 or more. Alright. So in this case, because this is 0, so kita ambil semua tu. 0.7776 tu kita ambil habis. Okay. So that is the answer lah. So far, so good. Everyone got the answer. Semua dapat. Amber?
Yes.
Okay, good job. Daniel, Amber, Natama.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Angeline? Sherlyn?
Dapat.
Dapat, Okay, bagus-bagus.
Yes.
Yes, Okay, Bridget. Dapat, Bridget? Yes, okay. So now, let us look at question B pula. Question B. Finding the mean. Okay, so I'm going to give you the answer. Mean is equals to 3. Your variance is equals to 1.2. And then your standard deviation equals to 1.095. Okay, do you get that one? 1.2, sorry. 1.2. 1.2 and 1.095. Dapat tak?
Yes.
Yes, So, kalau dapat, congratulations to all of you. You got it done already. Okay, question 11 dah selesai. Question number 12. Okay, tengok question number 12. Question number 12 is a bit kebat lah, as I told you. Question number 12 lebih kebat sikit. Anyone want me to explain question 11B? Soalan 11B perlu cikgu explain ke ataupun you dah dapat dah? You are okay? Dah dapat Explain. Okay, right. So, listen Over here, because question says that you want to find the value of mean kan? Okay, first of all, baca soalan dia, kena fahamkan dulu Soalan cakap apa? Your probability that a cancer surgery is successful is 0.6. 0.6 tu apa nilai dia? 0.6 tu adalah? Oh, Cristiano, answer is 16. Correct. Very good job, Cristiano. Good job. Okay, question 12, jawapan dia 16. Alright. So, question 11B. Okay, I explain for Debbie sekejap. So, untuk Debbie, soalan kamu punya ni, 0.6 tu adalah nilai P kamu. Okay, very good, Mina. Okay, nilai P, yes. Nilai P
Yang 11 itu dah sangat explain yang nombor 12.
Oh, explain nombor 12. Okay. Sorry. Okay, soalan 12 Now, macam mana dapat jawapan 16 ni? Okay, Cristiano, good job. You got answer equals to 16 kan? Okay, kita tengok soalan 12 Okay, so soalan 12 cakap apa? A factory produce a type of machine. 10% of the production are found to be damaged. Find the minimum number of machine that needs to be checked so that the probability that at least one machine is damaged is greater than 0.8. Okay, so tengok apa maksud apa maksud 10% tu? That is the value of P ke Q? P, very good. That is the value of P, okay? Tak kisahlah kamu tengok dia damage, jangan pula kamu kata, damage tu cikgu macam fail lah, cikgu, fail tu Q kan cikgu? Tidak So, it means that when you look at the question tu cakap, the probability of at least one machine is damaged. So, damage tu sekarang menjadi success. Successfully damaged. Okay? Dia berjaya untuk rosak lah. Okay? So, maksudnya dia macam tu. Okay? So, the probability that at least one machine is damaged is greater than 0.8. So, maksudnya apa? P X greater than or equals to 1 is equals to 0.8. Okay? It's more than 0.8, not equals to 0.8 is greater than 0.8. Okay, sebab soalan cakap greater than 0.8. Kalau is 0.8, then you say is 0.8. Tapi sekarang dia kata is greater than 0.8. Okay? Sampai sini, ini okay ke tidak? At least 1. So, at least 1. Ini cara kita tulis. Okay? Px is greater or equals to 1. Okay, so at least 1 macam tu So, sekarang, cikgu nak cerita dah ni. Apa maksud Px is greater or equals to 1? Apa maksud dia? Sekejap lah. Kamu sekarang tak tahu berapa nilai n kamu kan? Of course, you do not know kan? You don't know how many n do you have. Maksudnya, you tak tahu berapa trial kamu ada kat sini. That's why soalan tanya kamu, what is the minimum number of machine? Inilah soalan dia. Minimum number of machines. So, you need to find what is the n. Apa nilai n kamu? Itu yang kamu nak cari kan? So, kalau you nampak case macam ni kan, you tak boleh kata Px equals to 1 plus Px equals to 2, then plus Px equals to 3, and plus so many kan. You tak tahu apa nilai n dia. You do not have any, you tak ada tempat yang hujung. You tak ada penghujung dia. Okay? Permulaan dia satu, tapi you don't know where it ends. You don't know where it ends. So, kalau case dia macam ni kan, we are going to use this idea. Px greater or equals to 1 is equals to 1 minus Px equals to 0. Is that okay kah? Satu tolak dengan Px sama dengan kosong. Masih ingat benda ni? Yang bila cikgu kata at least one day raining. Last week kan, at least one day raining. Maksudnya satu tolak dengan kosong hari hujan. So it means that 1 minus Px equals to 0. That's the way that we do it last week lah. Try to recall, dapat terima kah? Px greater than 1 maksudnya 1 minus Px equals to 0. Tak boleh? If not, I give you another example. Dapat cikgu proceed ataupun tak dapat? Boleh. What about the rest? Okay kah? Angelina, okay?
So,
Yes.
I don't really understand the 1 over P bracket x equal to 0 and bracket.
1 minus P bracket x equals to 0 tu. You tak faham? Okay, tak apa. Tengok ha. Let's say ya, cikgu bagi satu contoh lah. Katakan cikgu ada 3 trial lah. Okay, so number of trial n equals to 3. Okay, number of trial n equals to 3. Cikgu ada 3 trial. Okay, katakanlah 3 trial ni adalah untuk mendapat A dalam AdMaths. Okay, so this one is to get A. To get A in AdMaths. Ada 3 kali exam. Okay, you fikir macam ni. Ada 3 kali exam. So, berapa kali mungkin you dapat A? Mungkin berapa? Mungkin kosong kan? Mungkin kosong kali dapat A, betul tak? Maybe 0 lah. 0 you get A. Okay? Or maybe 1 time you get A. Mungkin 1 kali you dapat A. Mungkin daripada 3 kali kamu cuba tu, ada 2 kali dapat A. Ataupun ketiga-tiga kali tu dapat A juga. Setuju tak? Yang ni okay tak? This one.
Agree.
Alright. This one, not really kah? Not really.
Agree.
Agree ya? Okay, so over here. This one here, I want to tell you something. Ini yang seperti mana yang kita bincang sebelum ini. So, let's say Px equals to 0. Maksudnya apa? Probability of 0 times to get A in AdMaths. Okay, probability of 0 times. Kalaulah cikgu tambah dengan Px equals to 1 plus Px equals to 2 plus Px equals to 3. Tell me, what is the answer here? Apa nilai ni? Good job, Mina. What about the rest? You tahu kenapa dia sama dengan 1 kah? You understand why is it equals to 1?
Yes.
Yes, everybody understand why is it equals to 1? Oh, just Okay, so semua tahu kenapa dia sama dengan 1 Sebab kalau kamu ingat balik kan, ini yang kita cerita dulu ni. Okay, tengok ni. Ini kan semua ni kalau kita tambahkan, Px equals to 0, Px equals to 1, Px equals to 2, Px equals to 3 kan. Kalau tambah semua nilai ni, sebenarnya nilai dia sama dengan 1 kan. Ini yang kita bincang in the previous lesson. Okay, so same thing goes here. Kalau cikgu bagi kamu contoh ni, if I give you this example, this number here, Px equals to 0 plus Px equals to 1, Px equals to 2, Px equals to 3, you akan dapat nilai dia sama dengan 1. It's going to be 1. Okay, dia akan dapat nilai dia 1 kan. Now, if I change the question, I say, I want to find the number of times kan, of getting A at least once. Okay, at least once, at least satu kali lah, at least one time, get A in AdMaths. Okay? At least one time. At least one time maksudnya apa? Maksudnya, Px equals to 1 plus Px equals to 2 plus Vx equals to 3. Betul tak?
Yes.
Yes, at least one time maksudnya ada satu kali, ataupun dua kali, ataupun tiga kali. So, maksudnya, kalau kamu nampak soalan kata at least one time, means what? Means Px equals to 0, cikgu pindah ke belakang. Itulah cikgu dapat 1 tolak dengan Px equals to 0. This is for at least one time. Boleh tak? We should at least have one bad machine. Yes. Daniel, rasa-rasa dapat follow?
Kalau contoh 2 times lah, sir.
Kalau 2 times, very good. At least 2 times. Macam mana? Siapa yang nak try? At least 2 times. Okay, at least 2 times. At least 2 times is 1 minus Px equals to 0 minus Px equals to 1. Boleh terima tu? Sebab kita nak tahu bahagian ni kan? At least 2 times. So, kosong dengan 1 pindah belakang. Dapat nampak tak?
Oh, can.
So kalau at least 3 times, at least 3 times, so 1 minus P equals to 0, P equals to 1, P equals to 2. Okay tak?
Yes.
Okay, boleh ya? Alright. Mina, 1 minus Px equals to, because we should at least have one bad machine. We should have, yes, correct. We should at least have one bad machine. Betul tu, okay? That's correct. The explanation is correct, okay? Anyone else has a problem? Tanya So I'm gonna put here, maybe kalau you rasa-rasa susah kamu nak faham konsep ni, so I'm gonna put something like this now. Kalau lah soalan kamu kata at least one time, so you're gonna say that this is 1 minus Px equals to 0. This is at least one time. Kalau you nak at least 2 times, okay, this one you might want to jot it down any way that you like. So at least 2 times. So you say 1 minus Px equals to 0 minus Px equals to 1. Px equals to 1. Okay, supaya kamu dapat at least 2 times. I think most likely lah you akan dapat yang ni lah. This one is the most likely yang you akan dapat lah. Okay. Alright, so now I rub the one down here. Debbie rasa-rasa okay kan Debbie? Angeline dapat terima ke tidak? Okay Angeline dapat terima Angeline?
Dia tak faham yang apa tu yang biru tu yang cikgu guna pen biru tu 0.8 tu.
Oh, ni kah?
Ya,
Oh, yang ni kah? Yang ni? Yang depan tu okey? Depan tu okey? At least one. Yang tu okey?
Itu dapat.
Oh, kenapa dia greater than 0.8? Kenapa cikgu tulis greater than 0.8? Oh, why Okay, you see because kalau kita baca balik soalan tu, okay, baca balik soalan tu dengar baik-baik soalan cakap apa? Soalan cakap a factory produce a type of machine 10%. Okay, you know that this is the value of P sudah kan? Of the production are found to be damaged. Find the minimum number of machine that that needs to be checked. Minimum number of machines that needs to be checked. So maksudnya kan, ini adalah nilai N kamu sebenarnya. Okay, you nak tahu apa nilai N kamu, so that, okay, I need you to focus on this. So that the probability that at least one machine is damaged is greater than 0.8. Nampak tak soalan dia kata greater than 0.8? The probability is greater than 0.8. Probability is greater than 0.8. So that's why probability is greater than 0.8. Okay tak? Okay tahu kenapa dia greater than 0.8? Sebab daripada soalan tu dia cakap is greater than 0.8. Kalau dia kata less than 0.8, then you akan tulis less than 0.8 lah. Kurang daripada 0.8. Boleh terima? Okay, any other question before I move on? Siapa lagi ada soalan? Tolong tanya So now, this part here means at least one time. Okay, at least one time. So kalau at least one time means 1 minus Px equals to 0. Greater than 0.8. Amber, okay 吗 Amber？ 接收到。还可以Okay, now. You see since I have this one already kan, since cikgu ada yang ini sudah, senang saja cerita dia. 1 minus Px equals to 0. So, NC0. Sebab N kamu tak tahu kan? Sebab N kamu tak tahu. So, you have NC0. Lepas tu, times. What is your P? 0.1. Lepas tu, kuasa kosong. Lepas tu, 0.9. Lepas tu, kuasa N. Mungkin kau nampak, cikgu, macam susah je ni. Banyak N ni. I don't know how to find the N lah. Tak apa. You tengok apa yang berlaku, okay? Alright. Anyone can tell me what is the value for NC0? Apa nilai NC0? Who knows what is NC0? NC0 is equals to 1. Okay? Sebab tak kisahlah apa-apa nilai N kamu kan. Okay, kamu boleh cubalah 2C0 kah, 5C0 kah, 7C0 kah. Semua akan dapat nilai dia 1 saja. Okay? So this one I can change to become 1. And then this one here also equals to 1 kan. 0.1 to the power of 0 is equals to 1 as well. And yang belakang ni 0.9 to the power of n memang kita kekalkan lah. Dia 0.9 to the power of n. Depan tu 1 minus. And then greater than 0.8. Okay, so far so good. So I'm gonna continue with the calculation. Or you have anything to ask? Ada soalan mau tanya so far? Tanya kalau ada soalan tolong tanya. Daniel, okay?
Yes, okay, sir.
Okay Alright, now next. Continue Kan ini 1 kan? Boleh cikgu pindah ke belakang tak? Boleh. So ini tinggalkan negative 0.9 to the power of n is greater than negative 0.2. Okay, setuju ke tidak?
Setuju.
Setuju. Okay, negatif dengan negatif boleh hilang kah? Boleh hilang kah? So 0.9 to the power of n. Lepas tu 0.2. Boleh. Tapi kan, kena ingat, tanda itu akan berubah. That particular symbol akan tukar, dia akan tukar dia punya arah. You will change the direction. Is that okay? Sebab kamu bahagi satu nombor yang negatif. Okay, when you get rid of the negative sign, means that you divide a negative number. So bila you divide a negative number, you akan tukar tanda tu. So tanda tu akan bertukar. So now, how to find this one? What do you think? How do you do that? This one here is your logarithm. Okay, log. Masih ingat log tiba-tiba log keluar dalam sini, sir. Yes. You ada log dekat sini. Okay. Kita panggil dia sebagai log both side. So log depan, log belakang. 0.9 to the power of n less than log 0.2. Okay kan? Sebab kita tak tahu kan, 0.9 kuasa berapa tu dapat 0.2. Takkan you nak pergi try one by one. 0.9 to the power of 2, 0.9 to the power of 3, 0.9 to the power of 4.5. You tak boleh cuba satu-satu kan. So means that you have to try and log both side. Okay? Bila you cuba log both side, do you remember kan nilai n ni boleh pindah ke depan? Do you remember that? Yes, so n tu pindah ke depan. So dapat n darab dengan log, lepas tu 0.9. Lepas tu less than log 0.2. Lepas tu nak pindah apa? Log 0.9 pindah ke sebelah. So n is greater than log 0.2 over log 0.9. And then you cuba tekan calculator ni. Log 0.2 divide by log 0.9. And then mesti you tanya cikgu, kenapa tanda tu tukar balik tu? $15.276. Okay, very good. So now you have n, cikgu sambung kat bawah, n is greater than 15.276. Okay, so therefore your n is equivalent to 16. Susah ni. Okay, n is equivalent to 16. So that's the answer. Adakah nak tanya, kenapa tanda tu tukar-tukar balik? Kenapa ada tukar balik? Big head rahsia mereka. Kenapa dia tukar balik? Kan bagus cikgu tak tukar tadi. Dah sama aja kan? Soalan ini memang dia susah lah sebab bukan apa. That's why I said this is a very kebat soalan. Soalan sangat kebat. Tapi Christian dapat jawapan dia. Okay? It's a very kebat soalan sebab dia bukan melibatkan binomial saja. Dia juga melibatkan logarithm. Okay? You have to think back lah. Yang kamu dah belajar last year, logarithm, log. Kenapa tanda itu bertukar balik? Okay, you have to understand one thing. When we are dealing with log kan, kalau log nombor yang lebih kecil daripada 1, let's say 0.9. You try to press that one, try to press log 0.9. Tell me what you get. Do you get a negative number kan? Kalau you tak dapat negative number kan, you let me know. Cikgu belanja, you makan sekarang. Yes, you dapat negative number kan? So, when you have a negative number, dan cikgu pindah ke sebelah, okay, you tengok cikgu buat highlight sikit See this one 0.9 kan, pindah ke sebelah kan? Of course, you akan tukar balik tanda tu. Okay, of course, you akan tukar balik tanda tu sebab dia bahagi satu nombor yang negatif. Okay? So Mina jawapannya negatif kan? So, sit lah jadi belanja tu. Amber, okay, Amber?
Okay.
Okay, cik Sultan. Alright. So, this one, please jot it down. Okay, this is one hell of a question. Okay, soalannya agak mengelirukan. And let us look at question number 13 and 14 lah. Kalau macam tu kan? Yes, Daniel. Yeah.
I have problem. Why when I divide log 0.2 divide log 0.2 divide with log 0.9 I get mad error.
You get mad error kah? Macam mana you divide? How do you divide? You press log. Lepas tu you press 0.2. Lepas tu you press divide.
Yes.
Lepas tu you press log lagi. Lepas tu you press 0.9.
Yes.
Salah?
Yes.
You get mad error.
Yeah.
Okay, your calculator kan, cuba kamu reset everything. Means that kamu cuba shift mod and then clear everything. You tekan balik.
Okay, I try. Oh, I get ready.
You get ready, yeah? Okay, 15.276.
Oh, thanks God.
Okay, boleh. So maybe something, maybe setting dia lari sikit lah, probably lah. So that's why you tak dapat dah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so you can get the answer by log 0.2 divided by log 0.9. That's it lah. Kalau nak bracket pun boleh, Krishna. Kalau nak bracket pun boleh. Bracket pun okay, don't bracket pun okay actually ya. You bracket pun betul, tak bracket pun betul juga. Okay. Right, so this is done. Any other question to ask? Please ask. Kalau ada soalan, tolong tanya. Use fraction. Kalau you use fraction, you have to put bracket. Kalau fraction mesti guna bracket. Yes. Kalau fraction mesti guna bracket. Yeah. Sorry. Terkeluar pula dia punya Telegram ni. Sekejap Yes, for Cristiano, betul. Kalau ada fraction, kalau guna fraction kan, mesti letak bracket. If you use the symbol ABC tu lah kan, okay, so that particular symbol you have to use bracket. Memang betul. Okay, but then if you just use divide as the divide punya button, divide like this, okay, just divide button kan, yang biasa you nampak, then you don't have to put bracket pun boleh. Alright, so this is done for question number 12. Bridget, are you okay? Bridget, Shalene, siapa lagi Angeline? Are you okay? Okay Alright. Shalene, okay kah Shalene? Masih lagi blur kah? The screen masih blur lagi screen tu?
Okay, okay.
Okay boleh Alright. Buat malu Unify tak kan? Okay, right. So now question number 13. Try it out, question 13 and question 14. Actually, I want to go into a new chapter, a new subtopic actually Let me see. Tak apalah, kita habiskan ni dulu lah. Kalau sempat kita masuk lah. Sebab the new subtopic lebih best bah. Lebih, how to say lebih interesting. I like the next subtopic actually. It's so interesting. But then since kita masih ada masalah dengan soalan-soalan ini, apa kata kita habiskan dulu lah. Okay, sebelum kita tengok soalan yang baru. How many of you find the normal distribution interesting? For those yang dah belajar lah dekat sekolah. Amber, 你会觉得 normal distribution 很好玩啊？
还可以，我比欢那个 integration 那个
你比较喜欢 integration 啊？
啊，还有那个什么 differentiation。
哦，你比较喜欢那两科，OK，好好，很好很好。很多人不喜欢那两科嘞。
然后我比较明白耶。
是哈，哦，很好很好。
嗯。
Tak dah lah, perlu hafal jadual tu. Jadual tu dia bagilah time exam kan? Tidakkah? That jadual kalau perlu hafal tu memang gila lah. Okay. Cikgu pun tak mampu hafal tu. Oh, lupa dah mana letak. I will send the soft copy to you later on, Cristiano. Cikgu akan send soft copy dengan kamu. Maybe you can try and you can try to print it out, okay? That jadual ni kan. Sekejap ah. Is this the one, Cristiano? I send this one to the group later on, okay? I send this one to the group later on. For those yang tak ada ataupun dah hilang dia punya jadual tu, maybe for next week lah. Bagus jugalah because ada yang tak ada jadual tu kan, so it's very difficult for you to hands on, okay? Susah kamu nak hands on. So I will send it to you next week lah. So next week kita baru masuk normal distribution. Normal distribution is very interesting because it is related to your daily life. Normal distribution is related to your daily life, okay? The most common usage of normal distribution is in your SPM. Dalam SPM kamu, okay, dia menggunakan normal distribution graph to determine your passing grade, to determine your A, to determine your B, C, D, and so on. Alright? So that's why mungkin ada yang kamu terdengar daripada you punya senior that, saya sebelum ni tak pernah pass pun at maths, tapi keluar exam C. Example macam tu saya tak pernah pass pun, daripada form 4 tak pernah pass, tapi keluar exam B. Oh, kenapa dia macam tu kan? Because they use the normal distribution graph. So you just imagine lah, kalau not to say I'm talking bad about the system kan, tapi memang betul lah, okay. Some people might get might get B, might get C, but then maybe the marks are not so great, okay. Tapi yang dapat A kan, dapat A tu dia tidak, it is not really affected by the graph. Sebab yang dapat A tu memang betul-betul lah, ataupun dia lebih tinggi lah daripada yang lain tu, okay. For those who are just getting a pass, maybe the grades are not so great actually lah. Sebab dia mengikut dia punya normal graph. Nanti cikgu akan cerita lah apa maksud normal graph tu. Alright, so let us look at 13. Anyone got the answer already? Find the value of n and find the value of p. I think it's quite simple kan. Dia lebih kurang sama macam yang soalan 10. It's about the same question as it's about the same thing as question number 10. P is 0.7, N is 50. Very good, Mina. You have done it. Alright, so P is equals to 0.7. Let me write it out. Oh, wait. Okay, so P... Oops. P is 0.7 and then N is equal to 50. Everybody got the same answer as Mina? Semua dapat jawapan yang sama? Kalau dapat jawapan sama, can you help me to respond? Yes, huh? Okay, good job. Good job, Debbie. Good job, Daniel. Macam tak berapa susah ajak soalan ni, walaupun dia tulis HOTS kan. Tipulah HOTS tu. Okay, Daniel, good. Amber, good. Alright. Good job, Amber. Good job, Bridget. Shalin dapat, Shalin? Explain. Okay, right. So you see, in this question here, kalau untuk soalan ni, X is a binomial random variable with a mean of 35. Mean kamu kan, so now you have your mean is 35. So this is your mean. Okay, and then a variance of 10.5. So your variance is this one, 10.5. Okay, so that's your variance. Variance is 10.5. This particular thing here kan, just tell you that this is a random variable that is distributed binomial. Okay, binomial distribution. Lepas tu N kamu dengan P kamu, basically this is the number of success, number of trial. And then this is the success punya probability, okay? So those are the things that you might want to know lah. Tapi sebenarnya not really important also lah, not really important lah. Cuma you kena tahu apa maksud, kalau contohnya cikgu kata B is a 3 and then 0.1. Then you have to understand lah, this one is the N, this one is the P, okay? Macam tu lah. So dia punya konsep untuk kamu faham adalah you mesti start dengan N and then P. So that's the way of writing the binomial distribution random variable, right? Okay, so in this case, apa lagi yang berlaku di sini adalah kamu diminta untuk cari nilai N dengan nilai P. You have to understand that this particular mean kan, the formula is NP. NP equals to 35, okay? NP is 35. What about this variance? Variance here is NPQ. NPQ is 10.5. So far so good, Shalin? Masih okay lagi? NP is 35, NPQ is 10.5. Are you good?
Okay.
Okay, alright. Now, you have to understand this one as a whole thing. NP tu 35 kan? So, maksudnya NP sini 35. So, juga nanti jadi 35. Q equals to 10.5. Rasa-rasa boleh cari Q kan? 10.5 divide by 35. Okay, nak? 10.5 divide by 35, you akan dapat 0.3. Boleh terima tu, Shalin? Boleh, ha? Okay, so now, once you got your Q is 0.3 kan? Apa nilai P dah, Shalin? Q dengan P jumlah dia 1. So, apa nilai P dia? Okay, Shalin.
$0.7.
0.7. Very good. So, your P is 0.7. That's your answer lah. 0.7 lah. Boleh, ha? Lepas tu kamu nak cari N kan? So, cuba tengok yang ni. Cuba fokus ni. NP sama dengan 35. So, N darab dengan 0.7 sama dengan 35. So, means that N is equals to 35 divide by 0.7. So, that's how you get N equals to 50. Okay kah tu? Boleh, ha? Boleh. Okay, so question 14. Do it now. That will be the last question before you go lah. Dapat jawapan dia, you can leave the class already. Cuba buat dulu. Soalan hot, but then to me it's not so hot lah. Okay lah. Soalan B dia lebih susah sikit lah. Soalan A tu senang je. 0.0563. Okay, good. That's question A. Nice. Question B. 0.244. Hoof. Okay, the rest try out lah. So Mina, congratulations, you have already finished off all the binomial punya soalan. Do you have any question to ask me, Kamina? Ada soalan mau tanya, sir? Ataupun semua okay? Is it clear? Everything is clear? Kita tunggulah lepas PKP, okay? I promise to treat all of you a good one, okay? So after PKP now, all of you, right? All of you. I promise to treat all of you. Limte. Yeah, after PKP, just remind me lah, okay? 8 orang kamu saja, jangan bawa orang lain, just 8 of you, maybe T4 kah, we go and have a chat there, okay? Probably lah, okay? Lepas PKP, if everything is okay, I promise to treat you guys, Jangan bawa orang lain, 8 orang je, Nanti kalau ada student baru kan, just leave the student baru, Okay, bye Mina, you can go now. The rest of you, try to get the answer first. Kalau tak dapat kan, later brought tidak lah. Kalau kamu orang 8 orang, okay. The rest janganlah, jangan bawa orang lain. Okay, so for those who got the answer already, you can go already, alright? For those who have not, you try and get the answer first. Try to get the answer first. Kalau tak dapat, I will explain to those yang tak dapat. Bye-bye, Cristiano. Take care. Good night. So question 14, the answer is 0.05631, okay? And then this one is 0.2441, okay? Bye-bye, bye-bye. For those who got the answer already, you can go already, huh? I put as 0.244 ja. 244 ja, okay? So it's okay. Okay, kalau yang terdapat lagi, tak apa. Cuba sampai dapat, ha? Kalau up until the end tak dapat juga, I will explain before you go, ha? Okay, in 1 minute, I will discuss with you for those who do not get the answer, alright? So, try out first. 8:55, I will discuss with you, ah. Okay, now let us look at question number 14, right? So question number 14, guys, it says that a private school has 10 mathematics teachers. Ada 10 orang guru maths. The probability that a maths teacher will drive to school on a day is 0.75. So you should know that over here, 0.75 is the value for P. Okay, that's the value of P for P. And then find the probability that on a given day, all the maths teacher drives to school. So it means that the value of 10 here is the value of n. Okay, 10 tu adalah nilai n kamu. Kamu ada 10 cikgu kan? Means that you ada 10 percubaan. Ada 10 orang lah. So what happened is that you have to have 10 as your value of n and the value of r is also 10. Sebab soalan cakap all the maths teachers drive to school. Semua cikgu maths tu dia bawa kereta ke sekolah. And bawa kereta ke sekolah is 0.75. And Daniel, are you still here? Daniel, what is the value of Q? Tell me, Daniel, what's the value of Q?
Q is 0.25.
Very good. So Q is 0.25. So now what happened is that I will put everything to the formula. So Px equals to 10. Okay, so sebab 10 orang cikgu kamu dan 10 orang bawa kereta tu, so that's why you have X equals to 10. 10C10. Okay, 10C10 and then times 0.75 to the power of 10 and 0.25 to the power of 0. Alright? So just do your calculation over here. You should be able to get the answer. It is 0.05631. Okay? So you akan dapat jawapan ini sudah. Yeah. Are you okay? So for question 14A, is everything alright? Bridget
Yeah,
dapat?
okay.
Dapat ah? Okay. Bridget dapat? Bridget okay? Bridget, Sherlyn, Amber 可以吗 Angeline, Debbie
可以。
可以啊 OK 好的 Alright, good. Okay, so let us look at the last part already. Okay, at least 9 mathematics teachers drive to school. At least 9. Apa maksud at least 9? P x equals to 9 plus P x equals to 10. Boleh tak? That is at least 9. Boleh, Daniel? At least 9. 9 and 10.
Yes, yes,
Yes, ah?
can, sir.
Bolehkah Px equals to 11 sekarang?
No.
No, because paling-paling banyak pun 10 orang je kan? Paling-paling banyak pun 10 orang saja. Okay, so over here, you have 10 C9 and then times 0.75 to the power of 9 and then 0.25 to the power of 1. Okay, so that's the first one and then plus. This one you pakai balik je lah, 0.05631. Okay, so then you can get the answer equals to 0.244 lah. So I think that's it for this question. Do you have anything to ask based on this particular question? Okay or not? Okay, so kalau tak ada soalan, I will end the session here. I will send the recording after I have uploaded to YouTube. So lepas tu cikgu akan send link dengan kamu orang. If for those who want to rewatch and cuba tengok balik boleh, tak ada masalah. So the next class in the next week, we will try out the normal distribution. And then another one, another reminder for those who having exam. Okay, all the best to you. All right, all the best to you. And then if you have any question that you want to ask me before your exam, tolonglah screenshot and then send it to me lah. I will try my best to answer you. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Alright. Bridget, are you okay? Okay, for those who have no other questions, you can leave the classroom already. Alright? Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Bye-bye. 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 Good night. Bye.